Hello, join me as I take you on a tour of Paris. Today we will cover the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre Museum, Disneyland, and the Palace of Versailles. Keep watching till the end to see the special Halloween parade of Disneyland. We are now waiting for our train from Rotterdam to Paris. Without a doubt, Paris deserves its reputation as one of the most beautiful and romantic cities in the world. With its glorious boulevards full of bistros and boutiques, and its stunning UNESCO heritage protected skyline, it is one of Europe's largest and most memorable cities. What comes to your mind when you think of the top cities of the world? Paris. And what comes to your mind when you think of Paris? The Eiffel Tower. Nothing represents Paris more than the iconic Tour Eiffel, or Eiffel Tower. Built between 1887 and 1889, it is named after the engineer Gustave Eiffel, who designed and built the wrought iron structure. The tower is 324 meters tall, about the same height as an 81-story building, and the tallest structure in Paris. The tower has 3 levels for visitors, with restaurants on the first and second levels. The top level's upper platform is 276 meters above the ground, the highest observation deck accessible to the public in the European Union. Tickets can be purchased to ascend by stairs or lift to the first and second levels. The climb from ground level to the first level is over 300 steps, as is the climb from the first level to the second, although there is a staircase to the top level. It is usually accessible only by lift. As you reach the summit, you will see the beautiful skyline of Paris, the Seine River, and the Trocadero Gardens. Quiz time. Pause the video and identify these 2 gentlemen. Put your answers in the comment section below or keep watching to see the answer. The wrought iron of the Eiffel Tower weighs 7,300 tons, and the addition of lifts, shops, and antennae have brought the total weight to approximately 10,100 tons. The tower is painted in 3 shades, lighter at the top, getting progressively darker towards the bottom to complement the Parisian sky. It was originally reddish brown, but this changed in 1968 to a bronze color, known as Eiffel Tower Brown. Maintenance of the tower includes applying 60 tons of paint every 7 years to prevent it from rusting. The tower has been completely repainted at least 19 times since it was built. Now we are taking a short walk by the Seine River. A few hours into Paris, I realized that Paris is about walking around, getting lost, and enjoying the views. Every corner you turn, you will see an interesting and old monument. Paris has different means of public transport, such as trains, buses, and metros. We prefer to take the buses because they let us see the beautiful alleyways of Paris. Notre Dame is a medieval Catholic cathedral in the 4th arrondissement of Paris. While undergoing renovation and restoration, The roof of Notre Dame caught fire on the evening of 15th April 2019. Burning for around 15 hours, the cathedral sustained serious damage. Next to the Notre Dame is the Book Street and the famous Shakespeare bookstore. We were feeling hungry, so we headed out to eat lunch in a pure veg restaurant. An interesting activity that I would recommend is the Seine River Cruise. The cruise lets you sit back and relax and look at all the monuments while cruising on the Seine River. We chose Bateau Bus because it gives you the freedom to hop on and hop off as many times as you want, so you can enjoy the best parts of the French capital at your own pace. As we end our day, we listen to a singer near the Eiffel Tower. Now I will show you the treasures of the Louvre. The museum is housed in the Louvre Palace, originally built in the late 12th to 13th century under Philip II. In 1682, Louis XIV chose the Palace of Versailles for his household, leaving the Louvre primarily as a place to display the royal collection, including, from 1692, a collection of ancient Greek and Roman sculptures. Holdings have grown steadily through donations and bequests since the Third Republic. The collection is divided among 8 curatorial departments: Egyptian antiquities, Near Eastern antiquities, Greek, Etruscan, and Roman antiquities, Islamic art, sculptures, decorative arts, paintings, prints, and drawings. The Musée du Louvre contains more than 380,000 objects and displays 35,000 works of art in 8 curatorial departments with more than 60,600 square meters dedicated to the permanent collection. Imagine how long it would take to view the entire museum if you just spent 1 second at each piece of art. Let us know your answer in the comment section below. We decided to head to the Denon, Scully, and Islamic galleries. Venus de Milo is an ancient Greek sculpture from the Hellenistic period, depicting a Greek goddess. The Sleeping Hermaphroditus is an ancient marble sculpture depicting Hermaphroditus in life size. Take a look at the detail of the mattress and the pillow. This sculpture is an allegory for fight against sickness. The winged victory of Samothrace, also called the Nike of Samothrace, is a marble Hellenistic sculpture of Nike that was created in about the 2nd century BC. Now I know how the name Nike came from. In this painting, you see Napoleon crowning himself. You see Napoleon's wife kneeling, the Pope sitting, and Napoleon's mother watching the proceedings. There is an exact replica of this painting in the Palace of Versailles. The Raft of the Medusa is an over life-size painting that depicts a moment from the aftermath of the wreck of the French naval frigate Medusa. Liberty Leading the People is a painting commemorating the July Revolution of 1830, which toppled King Charles X of France. Pay attention to the French flag in her hands. The Wedding Feast at Cana is a representational painting that depicts the biblical story where Jesus converts water to wine. Also the most ignored painting because it is right opposite the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa is a very famous painting by Leonardo da Vinci. Visiting the Louvre Museum made us very tired. The Saint Chapel is a royal chapel in the Gothic style. It's famous for its stained glass windows. The Basilica of the Sacred Heart of Paris, commonly known as Sacre-Cœur Basilica, is a Roman Catholic church and minor basilica in Paris, dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. We reached at a perfect time when the basilica appears golden. There is also a funicular railway that takes you up to the top. After reaching the top, you get an amazing view of the Paris skyline. Imagine how good it looks at night. The Palace of Versailles is a former royal residence located in Versailles, about 19 kilometers west of Paris. Louis XIII built a simple hunting lodge on the site of the Palace of Versailles in 1623 and replaced it with a small chateau in 1631-34. Louis XIV expanded his chateau into a palace in several phases, from 1661 to 1715. It was a favorite residence for both kings, and in 1682, Louis XIV moved the seat of his court and government to Versailles. Louis XIV, or the Sun King, was the King of France for 72 years, making him the longest king in French history. This is the key to his palace. This painting is the exact replica of the painting we saw in the Louvre. It is made by the same artist and is painted fully on memory. I was amazed by the chandeliers we saw in the palace. Yours is a grand Baroque-style gallery and one of the most emblematic rooms in the Royal Palace of Versailles. The Palace of Versailles has a vast garden with a canal and a lake. If you find it difficult to walk, there is a train to take you around. Then we had dinner at another Pure Veg restaurant near Gare du Nord. Now I will take you to Disneyland, where I won't be talking so you can hear the sounds of Disneyland.
right, we're going out. Where you going, man?